What's the laziest thing a doctor has ever said to you or recommend you to do? What's the laziest thing a doctor has ever said to you or recommend you to do? Not a doctor, but an RN in the emergency room. My grandson was born with a web of skin between his middle and ring fingers of his left hand. They waited until he was 18 months to have it repaired in a 6-hour microsurgery with the area's premier hand surgeon, at that time probably the only one, connecting nerves and blood vessels to the appropriate finger. It also involved transplanting skin taken from his wrist. He wasn't admitted. It was done as day surgery and was released after he recovered from the anesthesia. We were instructed to keep him confined in his crib for 48 hours. He wasn't happy about being in his crib, but someone stayed with him to keep him safe and entertained. Later that day, he gnawed at the bandage until it fell off. He threw it clear across the room, and the cat caught it and chewed on it. We called the surgeon who told us to bring him to the ER and have him paged and bring the bandage as well. When we brought him in, the triage nurse told us, "No need to bother the doctor." I protested, asked her again to page the surgeon. She still refused. She didn't even take us back, just dealt with us in the front area. She grabbed the torn, filthy bandage and shoved it hard onto the painstakingly stitched fingers, hard enough to make me wince and the baby to jerk away and start bawling. Nurse said, "That's enough of that." She wrapped gauze around his wrist and said, "See, no reason at all to bother the doctor, and you must try to keep his fingers out of his mouth," in a tone that said we were stupid or lazy or neglectful, or even all three. Just then, the surgeon came in, very irate, demanded what was going on. Nurse said, "Oh, nothing." The bandage came off, so I put it back on. The doctor gave her a dressing down. The bandage was dirty. We were in an unsterile environment. There was no privacy. You didn't page me. It was a good 10 minutes before he stopped. He took us back to a room where he cleaned and rebandaged the wounds. Then he put a hard cast on the baby's hand and arm, so there was no way the baby could get his hand in his mouth. The doctor gave us his card and wrote his private phone number on it and told us to forget the ER and call him directly. Baby's hand healed well, and he has full use of it with minimal scarring.